Virginity is out of vogue. You are 16 years old. Even girls of 12 and 13 years old have lost their virginity. He laughed and convinced me that virginity is out of vogue at my age. This man is called Dr. Ola. Dr. Ola was an ambitious man. After his BCHB program in Ife, Nigeria, he traveled to London for his MBA program. Dr. Ola is a man with a large heart. After working in the UK diaspora for the love of his country, Nigeria, he traveled back home after a decade of service in the NHS. He raised money for various health projects through the help of UK and Nigerian charities he founded. Dr. Ola is a lover of women. He established a clinic to help women fight breast and cervical cancer. He provided affordable cancer screening programs for women through his charity foundation. He was the director of the Healing Stripe Cancer Screening Center, a CSR initiative of RCCG, Apapa, Nigeria. Dr. Ola was awarded accolades by both corporate entities and individuals for his humanitarian services to women and the community at large. Dr. Ola married Remy and they were blessed with 2 kids. For the love of his wife and women, Dr. Ola brought into his care his wife's niece after the demise of her guardian. Dr. Ola, for his unfailing love for his wife, care for her well-being, Dr. Ola gave her medication to prevent blood clots that enable her to sleep well at night. He also installed CCTV cameras around the house to keep his family secure. The world at large saw Dr. Ola as a role model because of his care for women and his service to humanity. A wife's niece, a 16-year-old girl, didn't see Dr. Ola in the same vein as everyone. The niece was always fidgety and in awe in the sight of Dr. Ola, but no one noticed. She saw Dr. Ola as a monster, not as an angel like everyone else. The niece rushed out to the backyard one day and started vomiting whitish substances. The driver saw her out of concern. The driver queried the niece about her predicament. The niece confessed to the driver that the whitish substance she was vomiting was the semen from the man that the whole world revered, Dr. Ola. The driver was shocked over the revelation. Remy, Dr. Ola's wife, had about the allegation leveled against her husband by her niece. She was ambivalent. She couldn't believe her husband, whom she loved so much, could be culpable of such condescending behavior. Remy disciplined her niece to confirm the allegation. The niece insisted she was telling the truth. Remy confronted her husband, Dr. Ola, with the allegation from her niece, and hell was let loose. An altercation ensued between the couple that led to the departure of Dr. Ola from their house. Remy reported husband to the police. Dr. Ola was remanded in police custody for questioning on the case of child molestation. The danger department of the police escalated the case, and a lawsuit was filed against Dr. Ola. Dr. Ola was facing a 2-count charge of defilement and sexual penetration against a minor. My lord, I am not guilty of the charges. My wife is only trying to free me up. She has been engaging in extramarital affairs and our marriage is about to end. She wanted adequate compensation from our divorce, which she won't get from me. That is why she came up with this allegation. Remy made me sign an undertaking at the police station that was against my human rights. Dr. Ola refuted the allegation in court in his defense. Remy mounted the court stand and gave an account of the allegation. My lord, my niece told me, my auntie, that my husband has been having carnal knowledge for over a year. Remy continued. As a mother who has a daughter, I reported the case to the police. They arrested my husband and he confessed. After rounds of interrogation, he was apologetic and he promised to get medical help for his addiction. Police made him sign an undertaking to stay away from us. My husband checked in with a psychologist who confirmed his sexual addiction. The psychologist suggested that my husband should undergo therapy to prevent relapse. A psychologist also warned that my daughter could be in danger of molestation from their husband's father. I reasoned with the psychologist. I remember vividly my husband would give me drugs at night, telling me the drugs will prevent blood clots. Instead, I would sleep all through the night, not knowing he was drugging me just to have carnal knowledge of a child who is like a daughter to us. A man like that can do the same to his daughters. I reported him to the police to save my home from calamity, Remy concluded. Defense counsel cross-examined Remy. The lawyer showed the video of 39 seconds. In the video, Remy was seen beating Denise. The lawyer tried to prove that Denise was coerced to pin the allegation on the doctor. Remy refuted the allegation. She said she was only trying to discipline the child to make sure she wasn't lying about her husband. The driver could not take the stand because he violated the court's ruling. The judge ordered that all witnesses should vacate the court, but the driver was in the courtroom witnessing the proceedings. The judge deemed him unfit to mount the witness stand. The judge adjourned the case. A year later, Denise was matured enough to take the stand. She was already 18 years old. Dr. La asked me if I was a virgin. I nodded my head in affirmation of the fact that I am a virgin. Denise proclaimed in the courtroom, "Virginity is out of vogue. You are 16 years old. Even girls of 12 and 13 years have lost their virginity." Dr. Ola laughed and convinced me that virginity is out of vogue at my age. Denise continued. Dr. Ola introduced me to adult content before he started molesting me. Dr. Ola would put his hand inside my blouse and pants and he would touch me inappropriately. Dr. Ola would turn the CCTV camera away or take me to the study in the house where there were no cameras when my auntie was sleeping or away. Every day, Dr. Ola would ask me to do PJ on him. He then asked me to lie on the table and he would have carnal knowledge of me. Denise narrated all this at the court was agog. The judge called the court to order. Other witnesses were called up to the witness stand. Dr. Oye attested on the witness stand that Denise was examined and she discovered that she had been violated by a man. Policewoman Esther of the gender section of the police on the witness stand also attested that Dr. Ola confessed to the crime in custody. Inspector Abe, policeman at the police station where the case was first reported, also attested that the victim was a minor when the case was reported. Evidence from doctors' WhatsApp messages also confirmed he forced the girl to perform oral sex. The case was proved beyond doubt that the victim was a minor and she was violated. Her consent was immaterial because she was a minor according to the law of Nigeria. Judge passed her verdict. She sentenced Dr. Ola to life in imprisonment. Dr. Ola appealed the case a few weeks ago and the same verdict was passed again. I just imagine what the poor girl must have gone through in the hands of the man the world called a role model. May God save our girl's child from predators like Dr. Ola.